Hello everybody, me Mudahar, and I don't know about you before we begin this video, but it feels like every Friday is sort of like the rant time day that we have, which is kind of interesting. I've just noticed it literally as I was setting up the folders to do the voiceover here. But this video is dedicated to people who send me a lot of messages. Basically, over the past several months, I've been getting a lot of email messages, private messages about, being safe on the deep web. And, of course you can tell the deep web is it's a part of this channel that, is popular and people like watching it. We do it once a week, and occasionally, as of now, I do talk about it in a certain way just to address a lot of questions and, that people ask. So I've been getting a lot of questions asked about people about wanting to stay safe on the deep web, and I made several videos about it. I've told people not to use Windows necessarily and properly browse in sort of a Tails USB or use virtual machine, preferably Tails USB. But I've made videos on covering your ass numerous times about staying safe. But I feel like I need to do a video on the people that are scared to actually browse it, because one of the big reasons I make these videos is so that people actually go onto the deep web and browse it for themselves. When I read messages where people are scared to actually access something, it makes me sad, because it's not the point of these videos. So I'm going to go into why you should browse it, and just why you shouldn't feel so paranoid just because you watch these videos. Now, of course, these videos have their fair share of weird moments, they have their fair share of funny moments, and they have their fair share of, what the fuck moments. But some people get scared of the fact that there's pedophiles, there's all these kind of people available on the deep web, and I just want to make a point that kind of stuff exists everywhere. So first of all, and of course, I've made videos on how to stay safe anyways. I've tried to give you as much knowledge as I can, while, I have, worked, but at the same time, I just, want you all to know that my knowledge, while I do feel like I know my shit, I can refer you to people that have full-blown knowledge on this kind of stuff, people that really take this as their career, really push it, people who have been doing this way longer than I've even fucking conceived about it. Conceived a thought about it, and people who really truly know their shit. There's a big difference between people like me and people who actually really do this full on as their careers, okay? You want to talk to me about fucking programming, I can yell at you about C programming all I really want, okay? That's really where I feel like my expertise are at. People who do this kind of stuff, like really intensive network penetration, there's two classes in my opinion, okay? It's sort of like that binary joke. There's people that understand it, people that don't understand it. And in this case, the people that don't understand it are people like me who, while we feel like we know our shit, we know the core principles of it, but you can't compare us to people that really get brought in to do the really nitty-gritty heavy stuff, people that have understood these concepts, people that create these concepts on network hacking and network manipulation, all that kind of stuff, and people who can expand on it and build it for themselves. So if you really want to learn more about Tor, really want to learn about network security and covering your ass, definitely talk to some of these people. But the reason why I'm saying this is I feel like I've given you enough safety tips as it is, and I just don't want you all to take those videos and then take some of the videos on the deep web series and just use it as and just look at it and say, I don't want to browse the deep web because it's scary. Allow me to make a very big point here. You can, this weird kind of stuff, the pedophiles that you see, the red room websites, the illicit services, that kind of stuff exists on the clear web as well. That stuff you can Google up, and as long as you know how to actually, type in your Google searches, trust me, there's ways you can type in Google searches, you can find sites like this as well. I made a big mistake in one of my videos when I mentioned that, deep websites aren't indexed. No, that's a complete fuck up on my end. Indexing happens. How indexing works is that, if you're on the Onion network, there are search engines such as Not Evil, Torch, Amia.fi, Candles. Is there another one I'm missing? I think I mentioned the basic ones. They all index Onion sites, I2P. I don't know if they have search engines on theirs, but they'll index their EEPROM sites. Not EEPROM, EEP sites. Fuck, I've got something else in my head entirely right now. If you go onto Google, they index clear websites. But the reason I'm saying that is to not only correct the fuck up that I made, but actually to mention that this kind of stuff exists everywhere on the internet. All the pedophile stuff that you find over here can unfortunately be found through Google searching, if you really know how to Google search it and if you can really find it hard enough. There's people who will share private websites that you can access with, usernames, passwords that they'll hand you on the clear web. So the point I'm trying to say is this kind of stuff exists everywhere. And I'm not saying this to sort of sensationalize things and scare you even further from accessing the internet as it is, but also to tell you that no matter what, you will find fucked up shit. Okay? I have honestly told myself that if we didn't touch the deep web for weeks and I was literally relegated to just looking up the clear web and just Googling creepy stuff, I could find you much more interesting things just through Google itself. But, we stick to the deep web and we try to see what we can find on there. But the thing is, I don't ever want anybody to be scared of accessing it because of the content that we happen to come across. The thing is that, again, pedophilia exists everywhere on the internet. You can find tons of people sharing stuff. Before really the Tor network, there's people sharing it all over fucking LimeWire through the use of certain specialized character strings that you could type in and access illicit pornography or even illicit files or something like that. Snuff porn exists regularly throughout the internet. You can easily find it. There's many sites that offer it. You can find tons of illegal services, tons of places where you can buy weaponry and drugs through the clear web with full-on stealth packaging and all the deep web quirks. But the thing is that these sites exist everywhere. And I'm saying that as a point to tell you that this happens no matter where you go. It doesn't only happen exclusively on the deep web, and I don't want people to just look at that and be wholly afraid of it. The whole point of the deep web series is to basically spend a Sunday just relaxing for about 30-40 minutes, on a Sunday, just to browse the part of the internet that's a little danker than usual. And that's ultimately all there is to it. I don't want anybody to be scared. I know some people try to sensationalize it, and I myself am guilty of it too, but some people try to sensationalize and tell you that, oh, it's just full of pedos and bad stuff. It has pedos, it has bad stuff, but so does everything else in real life. Everything else in real life also has its fucked up elements. Doesn't mean you should be scared of it. But what I do want you all to do is to definitely be careful whenever you're browsing this kind of stuff. And I do want you to browse this. Please do me a favor, do me a huge favor. After you watch this video, please give the Tor network a try. Get Tails. I have a video of it on this channel anyways. You can check that out. I'll definitely link it in the description below. Get Tails, browse the deep web, and just find some cool stuff, because I do want to promote it. I do want this network to sort of expand. I really believe in the anonymity over there, and I really believe in the people on there. There's people on this channel who've reached out to me and told me that they've created deep web blogs because they've watched this kind of stuff. There's people that have created, tribute sites to this fucking series on the deep web, the cult of the Fellowship of Mutahar, the fucking cult that apparently the Mutaharian mannerisms and stuff like that. And it's really cool to see that kind of stuff. And the only reason that kind of stuff and more funny stuff and more interesting stuff like that happens is if more people browse it and build upon it. I don't want people to be scared of it. And if you ever see somebody on the internet telling you to be scared of the deep web, like they're like, oh, it's just full of pedos and fucking bad stuff, definitely correct them on it, because you can find bad stuff anywhere on the internet. You can, okay? The internet is a fucked up place. You can find just as much evil and just as much good no matter where you go. But at the end of the day, I just want you all to actually browse the deep web, the Onion services, and even I2P or whatever other hidden service you can find, and enjoy yourself. Put up a VPN, browse it to your heart's content, and see what you can find, and share it among the community to actually build a more stronger network, a more reliable network, and a more research network than it is. It's not like people on the deep web don't want you to come across their sites. They very much welcome it. For example, when we browsed Lester's hidden services on one deep web episode, Lester actually recognized us, and that was pretty sweet. As far as I know, Lester is actually pretty legit, so congratulations on that. But Lester enjoyed us coming across his website, and other people enjoyed it too. Remember Lectoria's Bakery? Remember all that remember that? Remember us finding the Deep Web Sonic page? That person actually has been in constant correspondence with me. Even on their website, they have a little nod to us as well. People enjoy it when you come across their stuff. It's not like they want to keep it hidden. They just prefer the anonymity of it. They just prefer that side of the deep web more than just leaving your stuff to indexed, algorithms over here on the clear web and just leaving it up to people that can easily access your private information Over there, at least you have a big layer of anonymity. That's just going off on multiple different tangents. But at the end of the day, I do actually want you to browse this kind of stuff. And I know this video has been very technical focused for the first half and throughout it, but the thing is that there's a lot of points that I wanted to cover, and there's a lot of ways that I wanted to tell you, and I just wanted to send the biggest messages to, again, be careful when you're browsing the deep web, be careful when you're doing anything. If you're going to shady stuff on the clear web, I'd say that's more dangerous. Get some VPNs, get some protection, get something, but be careful. But by no means will I ever tell you, or do I ever want you to think to yourself, is to don't browse it because apparently it has some bad stuff on it. Everything has bad stuff. It does. And for those people who ask me how to stay secure on it, I've made several videos on it. I think it's in the Deep Web playlist, but I'll let those videos speak for themselves. There's not really much I can say. I just wanted sort of also to give a mass answer out to all the questions that have been asked over the months. And on all honesty, I just want you all to enjoy the videos, and I want you all to not only look at those videos and, enjoy them hopefully, but to actually, click on the Tor link in those videos and browse the service for yourself. That's really what I want to do out of it all. I want people to explore it so that at the end of the day, there's more to it, and it's more reliable and a more efficient network. And if you truly believe in that kind of stuff, definitely hit up their site and see how to support them even further. Ultimately, this video has just been here to really answer some questions that have been asked to me over the past few months, so hopefully, people will have their questions answered in a giant bulk manner, and two, to make sure that you all just aren't scared of the deep web. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want it to come across as the fact that this is just spooky stuff. Yes, there are elements of it that is spooky. There are sites that are, a little hard to sit through, but at the end of the day, that's easily viewable on any part of the internet. So, at the end of the day, moral of the story is be careful and please browse the deep web. Don't be scared of it. Come on, just please don't. Please. And ultimately, that being said, I hope you learned something out of the video. I hope that maybe I've taken away some of those inhibitions. And that being said, we have a few more games coming up that I'm going to be playing, and a good little bout of news actually. The condemned footage just got, I just found it actually. I thought I lost it during the raid array, but I found the condemned footage. I know it's been a long time since I've uploaded a condemned episode, but hopefully by tomorrow you should have a condemned episode. That being said, if you liked what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. Let me know what you thought about this in the comment section below. Let me know what you will find, or if you're actually going to explore the deep web. And if you do find something, share us those onions in the actual Reddit link below. That being said, this is me, Mudahar, and I am out.